just wanted to kind of give you kind of my idea of what not to do with your cucumbers. So I planted my cucumbers in a pallet this year. I obviously planted too many because I thought some were not going to live. There's two varieties, pickling and the burpless. And you can see they have taken over the entire area. I've got wire around it to keep my chickens out originally. And I put some little stakes inside of it and some little rope, but they have grown and they're growing great. And the other problem is I think this is, I don't really know. They're huge. So it's growing great. And I've got some cucumbers. I just picked 2 today. But the problem is, I picked 2 right there. The problem is they're so close together. You know how prickly cucumbers are, vines are. And you have to dig around, and cucumbers are hard enough to see. It's like Easter egg hunting. Like, you can look 5 times and not see the same cucumber. I mean, it's just, and they're growing. Look at that. It's growing great, and it's probably the best I've ever had them grow. But finding them is another story. Another problem is I planted the spaghetti squash here. It's hard to tell the difference in the two. The spaghetti squash looks like this. See the flower? Versus the cucumber has more like like on a playing card. And the spaghetti squash is growing all over the place. And I do have one. But this was a bad idea. Bad idea. It was a bad idea, but then they're growing. That's the best they've ever grown. I've never had cucumbers grow this well. There's one right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it because I have some more in the house and I want to put them in, make refrigerator cucumbers. And I just needed some more. So there's some pickling ones in here too. Look, there's some growing right there. They're just like they're growing great, but you can't find them. So I think there has to be some kind of in between on this. I don't know. I even planted some beets in there, but bless their hearts. I don't think they're gonna make many beets. Okay, so this is what I would not do again. I think I would change my mind. There's my cabbage. They're starting to grow. My spinach is bolting. These poor little things, they're just not growing. Those are bell pepper. My tomatoes are doing okay. I've got tomatoes. These are Romas. I don't think I kept them trimmed up enough. There's a lot of leaves, but they're doing pretty good. Well, yeah, there's a bunch of little tomatoes in there. So, it's hard to complain. There's a spaghetti squash. See it right there? And the spaghetti squash, look at this, it's just taken over. But apparently the squash and cucumber like each other. So, see, there's a bunch. I'm just gonna, I don't know. These are tomatillas, and it does have some on them, but they're not getting very big. See? I don't know. And then I have some cream peas and my corn. If I'd known that was going to work like that, I would have planted more. So we might get 1 meal. And then there's my potatoes, and I think it's time they're getting close to harvesting. We had a really good rain. They're not perking up much. And I dug around and see what I see. I'm trying to wait till my grandkids come so we can do this together. But anyway, okay, that's my Swiss chard. Look at it, it's huge. Onions, which I don't know what kind, so I don't know when to pick. And then I have banana pepper that's beginning to grow. It's getting better. Okay, and then I put this together. My watermelon's a late start, but I'm just gonna let them grow, see how they do. So anyway, that's what I'm battling, and this isn't the greatest idea for picking, but they are growing wonderful. So maybe I'll do a hybrid of that. All right, you have a good evening. Hope your gardening's going great, and get out and plant something.